The subtopic I picked was Topic A, Work and the Workplace in the Pandemic. The reason why I picked Topic A is because of the key cultural consultant I chose. It best describes how the pandemic affected her and her situation. My family member is a female who is 58 years old. She is Hispanic, was born in Puerto Rico, and speaks more Spanish than English. My family member works at a laundry factory and is a production associate. She has been an associate there for 9 years. I did an in-person interview with my family member that lasted 35 minutes. I also did a 5-minute review of the questions by phone with my family member because I had to translate what she said in Spanish and write it in English. What I learned from my family member is that her workplace changed drastically during the pandemic and now. I also learned that she works in a laundry factory and the temperatures during the summertime are about 150 degrees because the machines make it hotter. On the other hand, during the winter, it's colder and the machines are the only source of heat. My family member stated the way her workplace changed when the pandemic first hit was that although most co-workers were good friends, they had to distance themselves from one another because of the fear of getting COVID, and their only source of communication was by phone. Also, their hours were reduced at first to 18 hours. One day, everyone was sent home, the laundry factory closed down, and everyone was laid off. The changes my family member observed were that the workers seemed worried. The interactions changed and everyone maintained distance. The workers talked less because everyone was afraid of being near each other. She also explained the new ways of working, which were they reduced how many people worked in each section to create distance, such as if there were 4 people in a section, they took out 1 worker, and there were only 3 people in the section. Another example my family member used was that when everyone first started again, they had to wear gloves and masks. She stated that what the people liked about the changes was the distance everyone had because they felt more safe. On the other hand, what the people did not like was having to wear masks and gloves because their hands would sweat a lot in the summertime and they had a hard time breathing with the mask on. My family member explained the new material that they had to use in the pandemic at their workplace were gloves, masks, and hand sanitizer. She explained that what the people liked about the new material was that they felt safer, but what they did not like was that they could not breathe well and the communication was more difficult. My family member explained the challenges her workplace had faced during the pandemic are that they got laid off, they were given less hours, there were less workers, and there was more work for everyone. The workers struggled in staying positive and being reassured that everything was going to be okay. The solution and responses the workplace developed were that they guaranteed that all workers will return back to work. Another solution the workplace came up with was to start to bring all the workers back to work little by little. Now everyone is full-time and they gave all the workers 2 raises and more bonuses. My family member feels her workplace is better now. because before COVID, there was a cut of hours. But since the pandemic, now the laundry factory has more clients, such as hospitals and restaurants. Now everything is back to normal, with the exception of more work. I did experience some challenges during the interview. My family member mostly speaks Spanish, so I had to translate the questions in Spanish, which writing the response while writing the response in English, which I think took more time. What I liked about doing the interview was learning more about her workplace, the challenges they faced, and the solutions the workplace created for the workers. I think it would be difficult yet exciting to do many interviews as part of ethnographic field research because everything that is learned and everything that is experienced. I do think a different informant from the same place would give a different response to the questions I asked because the pandemic affected everyone differently, and my family member did not get COVID. I think in order to learn more about the experience and thinking about the subgroup, I would need to interview more informants and do field work.